guys, we just got to Geek Girl Con and we're super excited. We have 2-day passes, so we're going to have a great time. We haven't even been on the second floor yet, so I don't even know what to expect, but we have seen a lot of really awesome people in costumes, so I'm really excited, and we'll just show you whatever we get into. So see you guys. Oh, this is Maggie.
Hey, what's
This
up?
is my friend Maggie.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a great time, so
Yeah.
let's go do that.
So let's get into some examples of people that are, people, characters, and such that are pretty much solidly in the male gaze. Start with some video game characters. Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5. She literally breathes through her skin, so she's not allowed to wear clothes. She's the only character in this entire thing who's set up this way. There's actually a scene in the game where she swan dives out of a helicopter and has a softcore porn moment of flash dancing, splashing water on her, and then she and Snake get into a sexy water fight. I have no idea what that has to do with.
So, I mean, in Quiet's defense, she is a plant. That is how this is justified. She is
Neat. Hello.
So I was kind of curious what you guys' thoughts were on Samus, because that is one that is hugely controversial and one that I always thought as a kid was awesome until I realized it wasn't awesome.
Until the Zero Suit happened?
Yeah, and so I was just kind of curious what you guys thought about it.
Very much the same. I thought it was a fantastic, I played it really young, and it took me far longer than it ever should have to get to the end of the game where she takes off the helmet and you finally realize that it's a woman that's been under this suit the whole time, which is amazing. And she's just a great, strong character. I was a huge fan, and then they've been progressively making her more and more sexual and taking off the armor, and now she runs around in a skin tight suit and giant heels. Her boobs are getting progressively larger, kind of do the opposite Tomb Raider, right? I don't know, I'm frustrated. I've learned where I vote with my dollar, and so I'm not buying the next game.
That being said, don't let what current things have happened, what unfortunate growth of the character has happened, take away that enjoyment that you had as a young girl seeing this is an awesome female character. That still happened, that's still valid, that is still something that you should love and treasure and have, and you can always go back and play the old games, so you don't have to play the new games.
Sure, I like what you said, Stacey, because it's you take from it what makes you happy and you leave behind the things that don't make you happy, because of course I think she's an awesome character, but then you don't always want to see her that sexy.
And I think that we're, as women, particularly as women, we're really used to that work of taking what makes us feel empowered and happy and dropping away everything else. And hopefully there will come a time where we see the majority of stories where we don't have to do so much of that work.
Okay, so we just finished the panel on sexuality and gaming and comics and the male gaze.
Yes.
And it was very informative and very awesome.
What did you think? I know it was a lot of information, it was a lot of kind of eye-opening, but what are your thoughts as of right now?
So as of right now, I think, especially coming from a standpoint of a girl that's not really been as involved in the gaming process, and it's a whole new frontier for me, it's very interesting because it confirms a lot of the same ideas that I think I've just grown up knowing about video games, and seeing video games and characters that are just strictly meant for male enjoyment. And I think it's really interesting to take a look at that and really hear their opinions and everything on what this actually means, what it makes girls feel, who it really affects, and it was a really interesting topic for me. What about for you?
Yeah, same here. I thought they definitely hit on things really well, and definitely brought up a lot of things, you know, especially when Stacey was talking about us putting that in our heads automatically. So we're automatically thinking, you know, oh, I need to put on a dress because it makes me pretty. Oh, I need to do this because it's attractive to men or whatever. I thought it was, you know, it was like, oh yeah, I do think those things subconsciously. So it was really interesting. And growing up in gaming, you know, it's one of those things that you know is happening in the gaming. You know that female is not meant to look strong and amazing as a female. It's meant to appeal to a male.
Yeah.
And it is exciting knowing that there are a lot of people that are trying to change that. There are a lot of, you know, they gave a lot of examples of things that you can read or play or whatever that don't necessarily do that, and that show a lot broader of a scope. And so that was really awesome. That was really cool. So I'll definitely be looking into all that stuff. I haven't played Mass Effect yet, but this just made me want to play it even more.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be looking into that. I think we're gonna go grab lunch, and then we will get back to all the feminist stuff. So, bye. Woo!
So it's become almost a power play in a peer environment. So there is a space in which a lot of us have been made to feel uncomfortable in the gaming environment. And as a woman, I will tell you, it is a little scary.
Yeah.
You're always going to be assumed to be a dude, and honestly, I'm not going to change their minds. I'm perfectly fine if I think I'm a man.
Even if I game as a woman character.
Yeah, because it is also easy to assume that that's always the case. So it can be a little scary. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it if you identify as female. Go for it. If you want to keep your gender, how you identify, whatever, a secret, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. No one needs to know.
So you mentioned earlier, you said something about sex life and how it makes it worse. So I was just wondering, what would your suggestion be to just like jump into it and just try to have a good time together? Yeah.
So I game all the time with my husband. I lucked out. We have similar taste. So are you guys looking, like Portal 2 was really fun for us because it was a lot of, but it also led to some arguments. So we got really good at like shooting this thing at, I want you to go there, I want you to go there. So that's it. We laugh when we argue though, so we're kind of lucky. And we had YouTube tutorials when we got really stuck. We also like first-person shooters. Army of Two was a really good one, but I had to stop playing it with him because he kept drawing fire so much that he'd just die all the time. Those are bad suggestions. Okay, Borderlands is good.
It's hard to argue about Borderlands.
Yeah, that is hard to argue.
You know
about.
what else you might do too is take turns. So one way to possibly avoid arguing, I don't know, this might not work. But you don't have to play the same game. You could both be gaming together and be in the same space and be sharing stories about what you're doing. That's what I do. But another option would be something where, like The Last of Us, where it has a really strong story, where one watches for say like an hour while the other one plays, and then just flip-flop back and forth.
If it's like Resident Evil 2, the line can be engaging enough. But I know a ton of couples that have PCs and just game in the same room, and they're happy doing that, and they like different games.
Hi guys, so I'm going to be a little bit quiet because we're in the convention center right now and I don't want to be too loud, but we have finished our day at Geek Girl Con, first day, Saturday, and it was really fun. I don't even know all that I filmed. I'm sure you know by now, but I don't even know. There was a lot of really cool panels that we went to, a lot of cool costumes that we saw. Tons. The exhibitor hall was just amazing. There was so much cool art. We did get a couple of really cool things. I'll leave link to these down below. This is one thing that I got. It is April and Casey. Super cool. I got a couple of pieces from this artist. And then Maggie got some cool things too.
So in honor of October and Halloween, we found these really cute like Pokemon prints that they're all like Halloweened out. And so that's probably one of my favorites. Oh, I showed you two Pikachus, but that's fine.
Another one that I really liked was this one. If you can tell, they're based off of Marvel characters. It's really neat. I really like this guy. Got a couple of things from him as well, and I'll definitely be ordering more online for sure.
Yeah, that's all the artists that we're going to be showing you today are all the pieces of work. Like we have their cards and we have their information. So there were so many good finds. It was hard to choose. So
we walked around the exhibitor hall like 4 times.
a lot.
And yeah, there were so many good artists and so many things. I think we got the majority of things that we couldn't live without, which was awesome.
Which was a lot of rushing around at the very end, right before they were going away. But then this is my last piece that I absolutely love, and it's a whale, and it reminds me of like kind of the Whidbey Island scene and everything. So that was my other favorite.
So yeah, other than that, it was really enlightening. I really liked all the topics that they brought up. A lot of the things overlapped, which was kind of unfortunate because we couldn't do everything.
Yeah.
But it was still a really cool, really fun experience, and I definitely recommend that you guys come. I recommend that you experience it, or at least something like it sometime in your life. Even if this isn't just for females either. This is for everyone. One of my favorite things was from a guy that was actually in a panel. We were talking about kind of not feeling like a gamer, kind of the imposter syndrome. And this guy, you know, there were concerns from people at the panel that men are mean to females in the gaming industry, and when they game, that they're mean to them. And this one guy stood up and said that he shuts that shit down as soon as he hears it. He doesn't allow that in any of his parties or anything like that online, which I think is awesome. We really need a lot more men like that in the world that just don't accept it, as well as, you know, just because you're not doing it doesn't mean that you should let others do it. It really inspired me, and I was really grateful to hear that from a male standpoint. So if you're ever around any of these events, go. Even if you're a male, go. It's fun. It's great. It's learning for everyone. So anyway, we had a good time. I'll probably film some more tomorrow for my experience tomorrow, but so I will see you guys then. Thanks for coming. It was fun.
It was totally
fun. A great time.
Definitely recommend. Want to go next year. It was amazing.
For sure. So we will see you guys later. Bye.
Nice to meet you.